All right, so obviously, I'm just an idiotic, stupid dog, and I tried to steer clear of Donald Trump in the politics because it turns out a great number of our adherents are what you would call Trump Iconoclast. Trump Iconoclast. They love Trump so much they worship him. They're cultishly adhered to or love Donald with all their inner being. And that's okay. I love Jesus that same way, the man once said. I think he was lying. I'm like stupid dog. I love Jesus, but they don't even let him go to. Dogs don't even get to go to heaven. It says all dogs go to heaven in the movie. Really, in the Bible, it says no dogs go to heaven. You have to be a dog who was born and lived through Armageddon. Then you get to be in heaven or paradise or whatever it is. All dogs don't go to heaven. But yet I love God. I love Jesus. I love everybody, right? I love Jehovah. I love him. He gave me my 16, 17, 18 years on this, this big blue marble. But anyway, I'm steering clear of all the politics and the Donald Trump hate. Donald, you got to give him, whatever. Praise be. Hopefully Donald, when he dies, he's going to be feeling like he did what he set out to do. And he'll be right with the Lord, and he'll get to go on to whatever, heaven, paradise, whatever it is the humans get to go. The dogs, they molder. Dogs molder. Dogs just molder. When Neil Bort said the eternal dirt nap, he was speaking to the canine populace. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm not trying to make out like it does matter. Just believe me. But anyways, Donald, he's crying. He's trying to cry his way out of troubles. He's trying to cry. He goes to the courtroom. Inside the court, he folds his arms. He stares at the judge like he's a mean little boy. I'll stare right at you, judge. Especially if, God forbid, the judge is a woman or any of them are women. If the prosecutor's a woman, God forbid they're a woman, God forbid they would be some kind of minority. We don't even want to talk about it. Donald's like folding his arms. He's spouting. He's growing horns. He's getting red-faced. He's sweating off the bottoms of his feet. That's why he couldn't go in the military, because he had bottom of the feet sweat. It was terrible. He couldn't go from Manhattan. The doctors would say, you can't go to Vietnam with the bottom of the feet sweat. His dad was like, thank God. He said, thank God. He almost did like a Hitler salute. The doctor quivered. He's like, oh, that wasn't a Hitler salute. I just said, thank God I threw my Brett swell. I mean, my brow sweat. It was Brett swell. It doesn't matter. Brett swell. It's okay. Swell Brett. It doesn't even know. No, my brow sweat. I fling it. So I kind of went into a Hitler-esque Hail Hitler thing, but that was just a mistake. So don't make Donald go to Vietnam. And the doctor was Jewish, said, all right. And Big Donald's dad, slipped him like $5,000 cash right there on the spot. Got Donald out of Vietnam. It was a beautiful thing. Anyways, Donald, he's pissing and moaning and crying because he hired a bunch of stupid lawyers that didn't even give him a jury trial. I think Donald said, I don't want the jury trial. Let's find us a judge that we already bought. He realized you can't buy them that fast. In one lifetime, you can't buy enough judges to protect yourself, Donald. In this system that our founding fathers built, this is a beautiful, great thing about it. It's called the rule of law. It was Thomas Jefferson, Benjamin Franklin, George Washington, all of them, the Adams boys. It was the Adams boys. Don't worry about it. Donald, you can't. But then Donald, he crossed his arms in court and started pouting and crying. He says, well, my lawyers, they're buffoons, but they're dictatorial buffoons, so whatever. He says, I'm not even entitled, under any circumstances, to a jury. And what he was implying was, even if we made a stupid mistake, we played by the rules, we lost that part, we gambled, we didn't win, it came up snake eyes, we're down in the whatever, the sweat box, we suck, we want a do-over. They don't give you do-overs, Donald. I'm a stupid dog. I know that much. They don't give do-overs. Donald, you're screwed. You played it, you lost. Now you're like, I want a do-over. I want a jury trial. This isn't the judge. I thought we had this judge in our hip pocket. I thought, what was that old guy? Dave Scalance, his old fixer. David Spar. I think his name was Dave Spar. He was a Jewish guy, but he was trying to pass off as not Jewish. He was very Hebrew-esque and mafioso at the same time. That was Donald's fixer. This fixer that he's got now, it wasn't worth a shit. Now he doesn't even have a fixer. Maybe Donald Jr. or Eric could be a fixer. That may be good for them. Who knows? But Donald's saying, I'm not even entitled under any circumstances. If I'm a buffoon, I make mistakes, we screw it up, I hire shitty lawyers, we don't get a jury trial. You figure it out. I can't get a jury trial now. I realize I need a jury trial. Maybe I could fix a jury. I can't fix the judge. I need to fix a jury trial. I need a jury. This is a witch hunt. Cannot be allowed to continue. It is election interference of the highest order. and the start of communism, Marxism, right here in America, Don was saying. Oh, be careful, Don was saying. Oh, God, if I get in trouble, if I go to jail, you're all going to die from Marxist policies. And Lenin Marxism. And not the good Lenin, the Beatle Lenin. No, this is the other Lenin. You don't want to mess with the other one, believe me. Minutes later, Donald, he was getting ready to make some other big-time things, but no one really cared because he was already thrown in the towel. He was saying, I need a jury trial. Only in America can I not get a jury trial. We were like, come on, Donald, quit belly aching. Quit trying to whine your way into a win. This one's a good one. It's a good thing you learned on this one. You had training wheels on this court escapade you're involved with. This rule of law, Donald, and you're going to pay $250 million. Maybe they're going to bar you from this, that, other thing. They're going to make you pay. I don't even know which one it is. I think this is the one where he's going to have to pay $250 million for cheating people on his taxes, his insurance, and all this blah, blah. And he's going to be barred from doing some business here, there, or yonder in New York State. So whatever. Donald, you're taking one on the chin. Stop being a bitch. Man up. You're running for the presidency. You could win the presidency. It's like winning the AFC and then losing the Super Bowl to, the 49ers or Dallas or Philly. It's like winning the AFC. He could possibly win the nomination to the RNC. Then you could lose the big Super Bowl to old, sleepy Joey B, which would be a disgrace upon disgrace. Donald would probably try to find the bridge that, who was the guy who hung himself after he betrayed Jesus? I forget this guy's name, Iscariot something, Judas. This guy, Donald's going to try to find that bridge and that nuisance if he loses to Joey B twice. If Donald loses to sleepy Joey B 2 times in a row, it's going to be a bad, hard scene. Donald, whatever you do, you should have took, I wish Bankman-Fried, that guy, he could have lasted long enough to give Donald a payoff. That would have been better for everybody. If Bankman-Fried could have given Donald $2-3 billion and and Donald rode off in the sunset. Listen, maybe the federal government, the Democrats, maybe Daryl Icahn, the famous guy, or the Oracle of Omaha, or some of them, the ones that are more democratic and more, representative government, the guys who are more power to the people, maybe they should give Donald like $5 billion step aside money. Give Donald. Don King would do it. Don King needs to broker this for a 0.001% fee, and the whole thing could be averted. It would be beautiful. Donald could get back on his feet. Everybody loves Donald, could keep worshiping him over the side. Maybe we could get on with the business of functioning like a democracy in a world that hates democracies. And even though we're the beacon, we're the house on the hill, we're the 1,000 points of light, we're the big guys, we're the good ones. We stand for goodness. Maybe we brush Donald, get Donald $3-4 billion. Give him 3-4 step-aside billions, and then whatever. We get on with the running the thing. We let McCarthy get in there again for a few times. Maybe him and Nancy could power share, something like that, along those lines. Maybe Nancy, whatever. Maybe him and Nancy could procreate. Maybe, who knows? That could be the next president, 43 years down the line. I don't know. I'm just a stupid dog. I'm kind of stupid. But Donald should quit the whining and the crying and the joint pulling. The rapid, rabbit-esque joint pulling that he's all about. It makes him look weak and ineffectual. Whatever.